Okay, everybody, hello and welcome to the DelotA Esports hosted at NLGseries.com. First round or second round? Second round, maybe. No, it's a first round match between BK and the Fellowship, who had the best lobby name ever, Hobbit. So we enjoyed that. But yeah, the Fellowship will be on the Radiant and BK will be on the Dire. I'm Just Delicious, and with me, as always, is the sumptuous Vague Raconteur.
Well, hello and welcome to this lovely, lovely DelotA game. It feels like it's been too long, don't you think? But here we are again, Kazoo versus the Fellowship, and well, we're into an interesting game. Kazoo, we know very well. They were here with us since the very beginning, and they seem to like us because they've stayed. So we're very happy about it. We're hoping that the Fellowship are people that might stick around as well. But here we go with the first ban and Bat Rider, somebody who actually isn't as threatening as he used to be honest, but still, that lasso, so powerful, has the ability to completely take out your main carry, and of course, nobody likes that. It goes through BKB, if I'm
Yep.
correct. Nobody likes that either. So, nobody, it's a very, very logical first ban. And Undying, similar situation, apart from your entire team is slowed to a complete standstill.
Yeah, Keeper of the Light now getting banned out by the Fellowship. They really want to get rid of, obviously, the most powerful support, arguably the most powerful support, up there with Wisp in the game, but he just works so well with Phantom Lancer, you have to get rid of him. Magnus banned out by BK, which let Nyx Assassin and Darkseid through the pool, and the Fellowship will comply by picking up Nyx Assassin, and I expect BK will probably be picking up Darkseid now. He's a hero that you just have to have. There he is, just because of his versatility.
Yeah, absolutely, and probably be followed by someone like a Queen of Pain or an. I tell you, we're seeing this so much that it never even changes. But of course, we do see a little bit of variation past the first three picks. So we are probably expecting to see someone like Queen of Pain or actually, my brain has completely escaped me now. Who am I thinking of? Shadow Demon, people that are quite, you expect them, they're powerful, or a
Yeah.
gyrocopter, the strongest carry at the moment, not countered by anything even softly, because he's just so powerful and actually cancels out or not cancels out, but is a great counter to the ridiculous PL. Instead, they decide they're going to take their first support and they go for Jakiro.
Yeah, Jakiro, one of those ones that's slightly fallen off. He's not like the he's probably not one of the most powerful supports in the game, but they also have a plan with him. They prefer him to the other ones. They just obviously run him a little bit more, and they go for Chikiro as opposed to the Rubiks and the Shadow Demons that are still left in the pool, which lets the Fellowship really get a massive hold on their tri-lane. They could finish it right now if they wanted to. They could pick up maybe Rubik and Luna, or Rubik and Gyro, or Shadow Demon and one of the carries, and really be exceptionally effective because they already have Nyx Assassin. His mana burn is going to be very good against Jakiro. It's going to be good against anyone that actually he comes up against in lane. And if they want to get as powerful a tri-lane as possible, now is probably the time to do it. Lifestealer picked up, and I expect their support will be coming next, probably Rubik.
Yeah, well, if you're going to choose anyone, it's either down to Rubik or Leshrak. Two of the or Shadow Demon. Let's face facts. He is also an extremely strong support.
Yeah.
These are the heroes. Maybe Disruptor. People that are very, very strong supports, and they are so useful. We have every single one with a different ability. Normally stuns, big disables are exactly what you need. I was right with the final one. Disruptor, the ability to glimpse people back, is so huge, especially with heroes like Darkseer. The Dark Surge doesn't last long, about as long as it takes for the glimpse to just come right back and really gets him stomped. With someone like Lifestealer around, he can take as big an advantage of that as possible. The glimpse coming back, Nyx Assassin being able to perfectly use it in power, so the Surge runs out, he's got it on cooldown, and Lifestealer can finish him off with a Rage. So very, very useful, and they've completed their tri-lane. That is, if they don't want Nyx Assassin to go in mid.
I'd be surprised if they put Nyx Assassin in mid. Obviously, we saw Imber do it earlier, but I don't think the Fellowship really have the same idea with this. And Phantom Lancer picked up by BK. They want to go back to the. I say back. He's still one of the most oppressive heroes in the pool. If you get him and Cottle, you're almost guaranteed a win. Him on his own, it's much less guaranteed, but he's still such an oppressive carry. I cannot wait until he gets nerfed.
Yeah, he is far, far too strong, but he is countered. Gyrocopter is the hero of choice to normally go against him because he does so much, and there is the potential for a Gyrocopter to go mid, successfully win. The Fellowship have actually banned out Queen of Pain, the other strongest mid. There's only Outward Devourer left who could really mess things up, and if they wanted to put Gyrocopter mid, they could do so. They could also put Lifestealer in the jungle, but of course he is not the best jungler. If you were listening to us before, first of all, we love you. Second of all, it's very true what we were saying earlier. He doesn't do that well in the jungle. He's not so much jungler as somebody who can take an absolute beating from the creeps and just about survive with his feast. But no, BK ban out Gyrocopter. Of course they're going to ban him out. He's the best counter to a Phantom Lancer at the moment. And they've got rid of the Shadow Demon as well, so that's another extremely strong support if they wanted to mix something up again and not put Nyx in the tri lane. They've got everything pretty much covered.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, and Bane banned out now by the Fellowship. A nice ban, actually, because he does set up Phantom Lancer and Jakiro very, very nice with a Nightmare. Obviously, Nightmare is just generally annoying. So they've banned him out. They also banned out Rubik as well, another very, very strong support to go into that tri-lane. Gyro and Shadow Demon banned out, as we were talking about, by BK. Very simple bans. And Lone Druid, the last one, so they didn't want to give away Lone Druid on the offlane, which makes sense. Lone Druid, one of the most strong heroes, very, very difficult to kill in the early game, even more difficult to kill in the mid game, and his bear becomes an absolute force at the late game. So he is just an all-round powerful hero. Banned him out so he doesn't come up against the Darkseer. Very nice ban. They needed to make sure that he didn't get through. BK look like, at the moment, they have the better of the draft because Phantom Lancer versus Lifestealer, that's just an absolute no-brainer to who wins that at the end game.
5 seconds.
Yeah, Phantom Lancer is at the moment to a point where if a game lasts long enough, Phantom Lancer will win it. He is so strong. You can build him up so that his illusions are secondary, or you can build him up so that his illusions are everything. And even against the Gyrocopter, as I was saying before, one of the best counters for him, he can just make his build so that he does enough damage by himself to handle it. But no, the Fellowship wants to sort out their offlane first. They go, before they sort out their mid, they go for Bounty Hunter, and Bounty Hunter is one of the best offlaners. He's great. You'll hear one of the best constantly spouted by me and JD because unfortunately there's a lot of one of the best. There's a great number that we can talk about in a great number of roles, but Bounty Hunter is a fantastic offlaner because he can just kind of avoid everything. He's great against Darkseer. He just needs to kind of come in and use his the name escapes me, Janata, thank you, to just instantly get a creep, and he doesn't need to risk anything. He doesn't need to hobble around. He can just come in, use that, walk back out. If it comes offlane to offlane, that is. If it goes try to be offlane, well, he still has a reasonably nice time because he can do that again. He uses Shadow Walk, waits until it's running out, Janata to get a creep kill, and get back off. He doesn't need to risk anything. He doesn't need to be too he doesn't need to be too risky. He can just be as cautionary as he pleases and still get at least something.
Yeah, I believe precarious was the word you were looking for. But moving on from that...
I was going to say precarious was something I was looking for, but it doesn't actually quite fit with the definition. I was going to be very particular on the English there. But Lion being picked up by BK as well. So they've finished their tri-lane. Jakiro, Lion and Phantom Lancer. And Lion, not somebody that we see that often.
Yeah, he's very good against Lifestealer if you can get the initiation off because he has a stun and a hex that shuts Lifestealer down for a very, very long time. Long enough for Phantom Lancer and Jakiro to do their work and easily secure the kill. But the reason Bounty Hunter has kind of fallen off recently is because his track doesn't give negative armor anymore. So if you track someone, it doesn't really make it any more difficult to kill them. Any easier to kill them, sorry. It kind of stays at the same level. You get a little bit of extra movement speed, but that's about it. And it's just not as effective anymore. The negative armor was just such a huge part of the track. Taking that away has nerfed it significantly. He's still obviously very, very good. Puck picked up by the Fellowship last pick. He is going to be going mid, and he is going to be going up against BK's last pick. And I don't think, apart from Outward Destroyer, maybe even not him, there's no one that can deal with Puck at this stage. Queen of Pain already banned out. Templar Assassin is there if they want to go for Templar. She can be very effective against Puck if she can get that refraction up and keep her locked down. But they go for Brewmaster against Puck, which may be very, very strange because Puck's AoE silence is exceptional against Brewmaster. She can initiate with a Blink Dagger, and especially with Disruptor. But they feel like Brewmaster can work. They want to go for it, and we are going to have a very, very tense game on our hands.
Well, anybody who's listened to us before or had to endure me listening to me before knows Puck is my absolute favourite mid. She's so lovely. It's so lovely. The ability to just completely destroy a team and not even get hurt in the process because you build a Blink Dagger and you're invincible. I love that to pieces. Great job, Valve, for making her again as strong as Dota 2 as she was in Dota 1. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because Brewmaster is a hero. We've seen mid before. We've seen dominate games, and I wonder, can he put it off this time?
Well, it's going to be difficult for him, but it's absolutely possible. I'm going to run through the Radiant now, and then I'm going to hand over to Vague, who will, as normal, be handling the Dire. So Fractal will be on the Phantom Lance. We see Kulgan taking up the Lion. Terator on the Darkseer. Uncle Fester will be taking up the Brewmaster. And Panda on the Jakiro.
Meanwhile, if we look over for the Fellowship, we see Broodfather on the Bounty Hunter, Galuf on the Nyx Assassin, Schwarzenegger on the Lifestealer, Horror on Disruptor, and Ogan on the Puck.
Ogan being their stand-in, and Fractal just teasing a little bit, saying that no one on their team wants to buy the Courier because it's too expensive. And no Observes and Sentry, it's too expensive, and reasonable enough coming out from Horror. Maybe he's hoping, fingers crossed, that they actually don't buy any of these things, and the Fellowship get a very, very good start, but I doubt that's the case. Both these teams know what they're doing. They both are experienced, actually. The Fellowship playing together quite a lot. I've been checking out their replays, and BK, we know them from January. They are back, and hopefully they will be just as impressive as they always are. Quite a long pause. I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but everything looks like it's in order. I'm not entirely sure why they paused it. Maybe they just needed a second. It was indeed Horror that just needed a second, and Go called, and we are finally going to go. And Puck looks like it's almost certainly, the lanes are very, very easy by these two teams. I mean, it's obvious who's going where. We're going to see Uncle Fester in mid, we're going to see Terator in the off lane, and the other three are going to be going into that try. And the same sort of obviousness coming out from the Fellowship. But when you have lineups that are both as strong as both of these have, you can be very obvious, because it's not going to deter from the fact that you have very strong lanes.
No, it isn't. I mean, currently it looks like we're going to see a try the offlane. Of course, Phantom Lancer is a king of the aggressive offlane, the aggressive try, but without Cottle, he's not that great at it. So it would probably be best for them to keep a little bit on the defensive try lane, leave it against Bounty Hunter on their short lane, Bounty Hunter being on his long lane, and just letting that go with both carries having a jungle at their side. It's going to be a little bit more easy for them, and we're not going to see as much action, which is gutting for us as casters, but it does mean that we're going to see a better mid game and a better long game, because these carries are just going to farm like crazy.
Yeah, they are, and I'm not really a big fan of what the meta has dissolved to recently, which is basically just let our guys farm, try and create room for the farms, stack and pull where we can, and it's kind of been like that ever since the big nerf to Darkseer and Naga, where you just can't combo them anymore. But that was very, very oppressive. I'm glad that got banned out, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we should go back to Naga being picked up every single game and just random combos being used with her. But the meta just feels very slow right now, which is not really particularly what people want to see. They want to see fast games, very furious games, very exciting games. It's just not happening at the moment.
Yeah, exactly, and it just doesn't provide as much entertainment. But enough of us moaning about how the current state of affairs. We're just going to keep watching the game, and of course the most interesting thing will be Puck on Algan versus the Brewmaster as Uncle Fester. Which one is going to be able to handle it? Brewmaster, of course, we've seen him do handle mid before. We've seen BK run in mid before, and he is a decent mid. But against a Puck, I'm not so sure he'll be able to handle it.
It's going to be difficult for him. It's going to be very, very difficult for him because Brewmaster isn't one of the heroes that you expect to be particularly good against Puck. I mean, she does a lot of damage range, but he does have a lot of starting HP and a lot of starting armor. He's very tanky, especially with the stout shield and triple ironwood branch. It's going to use up a lot of Puck's mana to be able to try and get him down and get his HP where she needs him to be harassing. She actually has a bottle already, so that's going to help her out an awful lot. I'm not really sure whether Uncle Fester's going to be going for a bottle. More than likely, just so we can spam out his Q and keep harassing Ongun as much as he takes it. There is a Q, as I was expecting, just to spam up as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. The beautiful thing is that Puck, with good enough reactions, can pretty much avoid any nuke that comes her way. Of course, as long as she isn't getting more than one of them. And that's maybe why I love him so much, because sorry, you hear that every single game. I'll shut up and just consider it her from now on, because she's just so fantastic at what she does. But although Uncle Fester getting Puck very, very low, no, he's going to have a bottle, so he's just going to be able to handle that. Looking for a little bit of blood here.
Yeah, he sensed that he could go for it, and Ongun really did take an awful lot of damage. And one thing I would like to say is that Broodfather is doing quite well, actually, nearly level 2. He was hiding in the jungle, just making sure that there was no way BK could try and find him and snipe him and get the kill. But look at top, Tarator getting miles out of position. Horror is just going to try and shepherd him away. Are they going to have anyone coming in? He's only level 1. He has kinetic field. Is it going to trap him? It is going to trap him. Galuf coming around the back with the big stun. He has Carapace, but he doesn't have anything. Oh, the Carapace actually hits because he puts an Iron Shell on himself. This could be first blood if they can maybe get one more right click. They don't manage it. Lifestealer was too far away. Actually, not on a lot of HP. Probably wise to stay back. But very nice harassments from the supports. Nearly pick up first blood for the Fellowship.
Well, if Darkseer has to run back, if he's wasting his regen, then it's all the better. The supports are still doing their job. They don't need a kill to be effective. They may not even been aiming for one. They just may be aiming to scare Terator, because if they can keep him away, then they do their job. They're keeping on Schwarzenegger, getting him as much money as possible just by giving him free farm. And that's all they can really do for him.
Yeah, and he has got complete free farm, 17 and 3. 2 last hits ahead of Phantom Lance at this stage. Doesn't really mean anything. We'll have to see what happens with that, especially seeing that Phantom Lance is keeping it very, very nicely. And the lane has been pushed quite a lot from the Fellowship down bottom, so he's not going to be getting a last hit for a while, and Phantom Lancer can really just continue to farm on this. And the stack pulls are coming out consistently from Kulgan and Panda on Lion and Jakiro respectively, and Brood Father just spots out a regen and saves it for the Puck. Puck will be going and getting that now. Uncle Fester hasn't actually picked up a single rune yet, but finally has his bottle, so that's going to help him a lot in this lane.
Yeah, they're not doing badly actually. Both heroes really being quite equal. Brewmaster being at 18 and Puck being at 15, with the same number of denies, all 4. They're doing a nice job. They're both doing a great job, and it seems like nobody's really going to take an advantage of this. Of course, if we see first blood there, I will take back my words, and one will start to lead. But unless it comes down to a pure kill, they're going to stay even.
Yeah, they're going to stay about even. It's going to be interesting to see what Schwarzenegger goes for. It looks like he's going for the Hand of Midas. He has Gloves of Haste. It's going to be very, very short. Very short.
Now, JD,
sorry.
Now, JD, I have to ask, why do you keep saying Hand of Midas instead of Hand of Midas?
I'm not entirely sure. I just can't pronounce that word. I forget every single time how it's pronounced. I'm going to keep calling it Hand of Midas instead of Hand of Midas. I'm going to try and call it Hand of Midas from now on, don't worry. As long as you promise to say it. As long as you promise to never say route again.
I absolutely promise to try and never say route again, but look at this. Uncle Fester's going to have to take a very careful route here to be able to avoid it, but no glimpse. All the damage the sun is from Puck. Oh no! The glimpse actually didn't work with the kinetic field, and Uncle Fester is going to get away. Does Galuf Impale? No, he doesn't have enough mana for it. Ungan is trying to kill now, but doesn't really have that much damage. He's so tanky, Uncle Fester. In comes everything. All the stuns. Both an Earth Spike and an Ice Path to try and stop them, and there's such an extremely defensive display. What can Fellowship do but back off?
Uncle Fester played that really well, actually, because the glimpse looked like it was going to take him straight back into the kinetic field. But as soon as he got glimpsed back, he was ready for it, and he walked in the opposite direction and actually juked the field. So very nice play by Uncle Fester, managing to get all the way around. He's now level 6. He now has the split, which is going to be very nice. If he ever gets ganked again, he can just pop that off, and there's absolutely no way they're going to be able to get him unless Puck can get a very nice silence. But doesn't look like that's going to be happening very soon. I mean, she's only got 1 point in it. She's actually gone more for the orb than the silence. So it's not going to last very long, even if she does manage to get one off. She actually might want to go for Fester now. No, doesn't quite have Waning Rift back up. Can't go for it until it is up.
Not enough of the mana, really. But exactly, even with a max level Waning Rift, it only has a 3-second silence, which isn't enough to take down this tank of a Brewmaster. He's going to have to be at low health if she ever wants to go for it. And of course she can, but the second anything happens, Brewmaster pops that ulti, and Puck is now in a world of hurt, because what can you do against it? But Uncle Fester nicely dodging those illusory orbs, and he's just going to be able to completely handle everything that comes his way. But actually, Galoof coming in, trying to kill the Brewmaster, and not quite managing it again. A little bit of a mistake from Galoof.
Yeah, getting a little bit aggressive and not really having anything to show for it apart from a few tower hits in the face. So Broodfather now coming up solo against a Phantom Lancer. They're both level 5. Phantom Lancer nearly level 6, although when Phantom Lancer hits level 6, it's not really as important as when heroes such as Brewmaster gets there and Puck. Having those big ults, Phantom Lancer's ult, obviously not very important. You don't normally get it until later in the game anyway, so I'd be surprised if he picked up his ult at level 6. But that's not the point. He's still getting levels. He's still getting farm. Still doing very well. Slightly behind the Lifestealer, but not the end of the world.
Absolutely, but let's look at Stun and Gun trying to kill him, but doesn't hit the illusory orb. And as I said,
no.
Here comes the world of hurt. The burn is enough to take this Puck. Puck isn't going to survive. Brewmaster's ultimate is going to kill, and Puck is going to curse the Dota 2 gods for that happening.
Yeah.
But no, nice avoid by Uncle Fester, and 1 for 1 at the moment. What else did we miss? We did miss Lifestealer take down Lion, so apologies for that, but at least we caught the action with Brewmaster and Puck.
Yeah, now they might want to start back on Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has rage, so it looks like he's going to be able to get away. Disruptor actually coming around the back. There's the kinetic field. It's going to keep him alive very, very nicely. He has Hand of Midas, plus an extra 1k gold. Did I get it right that time? I think I did. And,
you did. Well done.
Thank God. And Uncle Fester still hanging around on not a lot of HP, actually. He's going to try and spy out this rune, and it's a regen, just what he wanted, at the perfect time. He's going to have all of his HP and mana back, and he's going to be able to stay in lane. And I'd be very surprised if he doesn't just pop this straight away. There he goes.
Absolutely, but we have to say, 3 at top, Nyx Assassin coming as well. Puck staying mid, not really that worried. But here it comes. Everyone's here. There goes the open wounds. Broodfather and Arnold Schwarzenegger start on the Lion. Lifestealer manages to get the kill. Are they going to do anything else with that, or is it just going to be a simple one-person kill? No, that's it. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Broodfather together managed to take down the Lion again. Lion really getting a tough kind of game here.
Yeah, Lion not having a good one, and Arnold Schwarzenegger really being able to put the pressure on with that rage. That's what we were talking about. Like, if Lion can't initiate on the Lifestealer, what's he going to be able to do? He can't really stop him. I mean, he's already got his boots now. He's going to be looking towards his armlet. He's picked up some more gloves of haste for the extra attack speed for his feast. There's 3 from BK hanging around. If they want to try and go for Arnold Schwarzenegger, they could have. Sure, they must have checked him and seen he had no mana. And if they had dived him, he was absolutely dead. There was no support there. There was no help. There was 3 from BK with a lot of stuns and disables. That would have been a kill.
Yeah, it really would have been, but they were a little bit too hesitant. We see teams, no matter how good they are, they always are a tiny bit too hesitant sometimes. It seems to come with the game. Game sense sometimes betrays you. But look at this, they're trying to go on Tarator. Broodfather is not going to be able to do anything, absolutely anything against Darkseer. Hasn't got into his ultimate at level 6, he's just being leveled up Iron Shell. Got a couple in Vacuum. And of course the point in Surge, which is almost obligatory. But he's just doing a great job, and we have to say, these supports, again, are completely roaming. Phantom Lancer has been left totally by himself. Actually, Phantom Lancer trying to get a kill on Galoof. Is he going to be able to manage it? No, he has to back off because he doesn't have enough mana, being a very, very mana-hungry hero.
Yeah, and I mean, especially seeing that Spiked Carapace is up as well, there's almost no way he's going to be able to kill Galoof. Spiked Carapace having a ridiculously short
But
14-second
let's
cooldown.
But let's look at top, where Tarator actually got glimpsed and then opened wounds, so he fell using his surge. Another point in that really sorely missed. Arnold Schwarzenegger's going to fall to the tower. There we go. Is Horror going to get caught as well? There's everyone around. Puck has a haste rune. The ice path misses. Oh god, illusory orb. With a haste rune, the fastest frog you've ever seen, trying to protect Horror, and Horror squared, that is, and it looks like they're going to turn around and try and capture Colgan. If they can, they do a decent job. But Uncle Vester's come in, he's got his ultimate if he wants to use it. Is he going to go? He's silenced. Here it goes. Here goes the amazing ultimate. Only the Earth one is bound, and it doesn't even get affected because his magic immune, the Earth one, is in a lot of trouble. Can he get away with this? Doesn't look like it. Earth Elemental isn't quite enough to really catch up. He turns back to Brewmaster, and now Brewmaster is in a lot of trouble, but KVP to back him up. Broodfather, is he going to fall? Is so close. Does he have Invis? No. And Jakiro gets the last hit. Is Ogan going to fall as well? He doesn't have any mana. Nobody has any mana. They're going to have to back off.
Yeah, and Arnold Schwarzenegger coming around the back, but he's not going to be able to find anyone. They've all ran very far away. Very nice that they managed to pick off the Lifestealer. They absolutely needed to, and Uncle Fester could get caught. Lifestealer just diving on him. There's the kinetic field. It looks like he's going to go down. He does go down. Lifestealer, after they kill him, they give him a free kill with the open wounds. And the Hand of Midas already back up again. He's going to keep farming. 1.4k, looking towards that armlet. He's going to have it very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And once he has that armlet, we know how dangerous Nakes is when he gets it. But here come everyone. Lion successfully initiating on Arnold Schwarzenegger. They don't have the damage to do anything. They can only really push him back. And that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, they needed one more hero there. Maybe even if it was Brewmaster, guaranteed kill. Because the Q would have come down from Brewmaster, and they had the Lion with his finger of death being able to jump over the top with obviously a lot of damage. 600 damage at level 1. 600 damage!
Yeah, it's a little bit insane. Of course, it's 12 minutes in, so we can look at net worth, and we can see Lifestealer and Phantom Lancer are relatively on the same level. 4.5k each. Brewmaster the next one up in the third place at 3k, and then everyone else just kind of falls in place behind them. So it's a very close game currently.
Well, I'll tell you why Lifestealer is currently near the Phantom Assassin. No, the Phantom Lancer, sorry. It's because he has about 1.5k of stuff in the courier, so that's being sent to him, and that's gonna give him about 6k net worth. So he's actually over 1,000 ahead of Phantom Lance at this stage, and just continuing to get more and more. They maybe want to try and go into Broodmother. I hear Puck round in the back, trying to take out Kulgan. Big silence. She's going to get caught, though. They have the finger, and they don't even need it. They're going to go for the kill straight away. They do manage to pick it off. Jakiro, very nice play, managing to get the stun off. Now with the Q, they pick up a double kill. Nyx Assassin actually disconnects. They're going to need to take it back to try and get him back into the game. They can't have him leaving. That'd be dreadful. Yeah, there's the pause. Yeah,
and Broodfather escaping. Absolutely, we need a moment. Of course you do, we understand. Do not worry, the Fellowship. But yeah, very unfortunate. A 2-for-1 trade. It's not bad. They're still so even. But this Phantom Lancer, forgive me for being a little bit stupid, not checking the courier. He does have, he did have items in them. And now, if we look at his net worth, he is actually still, there's no items in his courier. And he's still pretty much level, only 300 ahead. So they are still level. Fair enough.
Yeah, they're both doing pretty well at the moment, but you have to feel that unless Lifestealer gets massively ahead of Fractal or Phantom Lance, he's gonna get destroyed.
Well, actually, Lifestealer has Helm of Iron Will and the Blaze of Attack in the courier, so he is ahead. We really need to check the couriers more. And he does have the Hand of Midas, so yeah, he does have. No, you said Phantom Lancer has it in the courier. That's why I was so confused. But Lifestealer is ahead. But he will be at about 6,000 net worth once he gets that, and he will be ahead of Phantom Lancer. But it takes a bigger lead than that. Phantom Lancer's saving up. He's got 2.6k at the moment. He will be going, by the looks of it, for a Radiance.
Yeah, or maybe even Diffusal if he's just gonna try and rush it. He could nearly buy one. I think that would probably be a better a better buy, because what does Radiance do? You already have Brewmaster with his ult with the Radiance burn. Um, Stacking more on top just seems like a little bit of a waste, as opposed to a Diffusal denying Puck of mana, denying Disruptor of mana, and just doing more right-click damage, which is what he needs against Nyx Assassin when he gets the late game. Not Nyx Assassin.
Like,
Well, Nyx Assassin and the Lifestealer, actually, both of them.
you know, well, Nix and Nakes, Nix and Nakes. It's a game for confusing for JD. If he ever says
Yeah.
brood mother, he means brood father. You can understand him after a little while. But of course, I do totally agree. I think Diffuser Blade will be a much better item. But holding gold up to 2.6k, generally, I expect to see a Radiance.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that he's actually going to go for a Radiance. I do think he would be a lot better off without it. But no, he seems to be going for one.
Yeah, he seems to just want to try and get that as quick as possible. I suppose it does help him burn down the supports, burn down Disruptor and Puck, and even Bounty Hunter to a sense, a lot more. But it just doesn't help at all against Lifestealer in late game. Lifestealer, if Phantom Lancer keeps building the items that do nothing against him, he's gonna be much better. He's gonna be able to easily kill him. In fact.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Steam servers are actually having some bugs because JD just appeared online, and I'm pretty sure he's still here. So
yeah, I'm still
it's
here.
quite interesting. But you know what Valve are like. They make a few mistakes here and there, but they're lovable altogether. But yeah, we're just going to be seeing this very, very even game. But of course, if it does get to late game, Phantom Lancer wins every single time. And with the Brewmaster helping him, the only really fight is it's Bounty Hunter and Nakes v Phantom Lancer and Brewmaster, and Phantom Lancer is going to just win. There's no question about it. Unless Lifestealer takes a huge lead, then Bounty Hunter sorry, Phantom Lancer has this ability to just farm beyond belief, to just be so strong. He's so ridiculously powerful in this version that Arnold Schwarzenegger is not going to be able to do anything against it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Fractal's in that position now where whatever item he goes for is going to be effective, some more than others, but he's going to be able to quite easily kill Lifestealer, even at this level. 1v1, I reckon he would kill him right now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. Although, and here's the big catch, here is where, oh, for goodness, here's where the Fellowship can take the kill on Phantom Lancer. Kinetic Field can trap an entire army of illusions, and they can use the ultimate to nuke them all down with a silenced, completely stuck Phantom Lancer in a kinetic field with the ultimate down. Lifestealer can use a Skull Basher to completely kill him, and Lifestealer with a Skull Basher is extremely effective, as well as with an Abyssal Blade when he upgrades it. It does work, we do see it reasonably often, and it's just one of the best items for him, really.
Yeah, they're kind of relying on Disruptor to be able to get the AoE down, so that there's no way that Fractal can really just influence every area of the fight at the same time and really nuke down all the supports simultaneously, kind of gyrocopter style, with whatever he decides to pick up. But Uncle Fester nearly has his ultimate up again. He's so difficult to kill. They've killed him once, but I'd be surprised if it happens again for a while, because until these heroes from the Fellowship start picking up more items, I mean, Puck absolutely needs to go for an Orchid just to try and shut down Uncle Fester, because if she can Orchid on him, he can be killed very, very quickly. But then you have the problem of Fractal just free roaming in the fight and just kind of winning it single-handedly.
You absolutely, and that's what a Phantom Lancer can do. And you have to wonder, how on earth are the Fellowship going to handle this if they can't stop it? If Disruptor gets brought down, they've got very, very little in their favour. Of course, Puck's ultimate can still do a reasonably decent job. They've got track with Bounty Hunter. They've got the tools that are necessary to take him down, but it's very, very difficult to execute when you don't have an actual physical, reasonable counter to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're just waiting for the unpause. Gonna be a while. I'm not entirely sure what Joe's doing. What are you doing, Joe?
What am I doing?
What are you laughing at? You're laughing at something.
I was laughing at the fact that we've basically just said we're going to give up on the thinly veiled keeping on talking, and we're going to say that we also want the pause to end. But we do. We absolutely do. It's looking a little bit, playing Super Meat Boy, it's actually looking a little bit worrying that Nyx Assassin isn't back yet. But what is going on?
I'm not entirely sure. It looks like the Fellowship just want to wait for a while. It does seem like he is going to be coming back. Maybe just internet problems. I'm not entirely sure. And we are getting old. We agree. We agree, Tarator. This is our lives that we're wasting. Now, I'm only kidding. Obviously, we don't care nearly that much.
No, we're not that fast. It's absolutely fine. And of course, we do get the pleasure of casting to the rapidly declining audience members with every length of just when we're talking, yet alone when there's a pause. But it's going to be ending pretty soon. Hopefully, BK are being nice about it because we know BK are great guys. And of course, the Fellowship is still going to feel a little bit bad because, you know, time.
would,
Nobody in games, any kind of length of a pause is practically criminal. I mean, it's just guaranteeing anything. But let's take our time now to whine about the meta.
Oh,
Yeah,
it,
it's good to explain.
that just
I was gonna
I
say
think that
that's
just
the
sums it
best.
up perfectly. Just one massive sigh. I really do not. I just really do not like the state at the moment. It just seems so bland, so ordinary. There are heroes that are just obviously better than others in the roles, and once it all gets nerfed and a clean playing field, I am most excited for that first week or two where no team knows what is the best. No team has figured out their strategies. No team has really tried everything, and it's going to be that massive experimental period where everyone just kind of picks random heroes. Hopefully we'll see massively cool heroes like Visage getting played, Medusa getting played. These sort of heroes that you never really normally see in Dota 2. Hopefully teams will experiment with them and we'll be able to see them all once again.
Well, I'm gonna have to say Medusa's never been a cool hero. Just completely sucks. In my opinion, I hate the hero. Just overrated Chinese meta kind of farmer that doesn't suit it. She's just a farmer. She doesn't do much else. But no, this is so. It's going to be so good when this new update comes out. We're going to see supposed leveling. I'm going to say supposed. Imagine I'm taking both my index and my middle finger and of each hand, and just really clenching those up and down as much as possible, because I guarantee there will still be overpowered heroes, and it's just a case of the big teams working out which ones are best to do this.
Yeah, and there are
Yeah.
Darkseer's just coming back. There are some culprits that are a little bit obvious, more obvious than others. I mean, some heroes just tend to have better spells. You look at heroes like Enchantress, Chen, Naga, and Darkseer especially. The more versatile a hero is, the more likely they're always to see play. Of course, and the gorgeous Windrunner, who will almost certainly never, ever get nerfed to a point where she's never going to see play.
Well, she's just too good, and she's the ultimate skill shot hero. Nubs and failures beside, it's not Invoker or Meepo that's the most difficult hero to play. It's probably somewhere between Visage and Windrunner, because shackle shots are extremely hard to learn to master. It's normally a case of people throwing them down and hoping for the best, but no, she is truly an art to learn.
Yeah, well, I'd be more surprised if you thought that Sand King was the most difficult hero to use. Because
okay, well,
unfortunately, we have a break, and I'm gonna have to bring up the disastrous pub game that Joe and I had a few days ago, where he decided he was gonna try a new hero. He was gonna play Sand King, and about 3 or 4 times he used his ult on absolutely nothing. In fact, 3 or 4 times he started channeling it in the middle of a team fight, and then just stopped for no reason and lost us the game. So congratulations to Joe and his 416 Sand King.
Yeah, well, you will still make kills. I obviously needed to ultimate every single tree because nobody likes trees. Timbersaw wasn't around, and I decided that I needed to do his job for him, make it happy for the next game, which I think I did play Timbersaw and hated thoroughly. Maybe I just can't play. I don't like I don't like supporting. I carry. No drow or sniper though, please. Never.
No, not unless you random them. Then it's fine. It's absolutely fine if you random them. And then you repick, of course. You're not allowed to keep them. You're not allowed to keep them if you random them, because people will flame you. Like I randomed drow a few days ago, when everyone started flaming me because I was a drow picker, apparently. So that I've learned from that experience. Never going to do it again. Darkseer is back. Nyx Assassin came back onto TeamSpeak a little while ago.
Well, I think he's
Maybe.
just going to have some milk and cookies before he comes back, because of course there is no rush.
Yep, absolutely no rush whatsoever. We're not running out of things to talk about. We've always got things to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it's not like I'm kind of run out of constantly, oh god, keep talking, keep talking. We just naturally don't shut up anyway, so it's completely fine.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all. I don't mind the long wait while we wait for Nyx Assassin to come back. Now we've actually
so
na yeah.
We're not honestly, but it just
Yes!
sounds so.
We are
There we
going.
go.
We
Simple
are
as
going
that.
to be continuing. Nyx Assassin is finally back in the game. He has reconnected, and it looks like we are going to be going again. He might be a little bit peeved when he gets in, and he's going to be like, "Oh, what? I'm dead. I didn't realize I was dead." But unfortunately, he is dead, and it looks like this tier 2 tower will be falling, and we're underway again. DelotA tournament. BK versus the Fellowship. I actually have to re-announce the team names because of how long the pause has been, but we do not mind whatsoever. And it looks like BK, after that little push, are going to be backing off.
Yeah, absolutely. They take the tower. It's a good little push. It's all they really needed to do. And of course, Phantom Lancer, I swear, in one of the newest updates, everything looks a little bit sharper. They've added real edges to everything. I mean, look at the Phantom Lancer illusions. They just look beautiful. But Phantom Lancer is doing a great job. He's got this 3.2k. He's going to be going for Radiance because it depresses me, and he's going to do it anyway. But Lifestealer now killing off Kolgan. In comes Darkseer, very, very risky considering that they could turn around, but Lifestealer doesn't have any health. He doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't have any mana either. He's probably just going to be using his Midas. There we go, I'm Psychic. And probably going back to base as soon as possible, or just staying in the jungle and healing himself up.
Yeah, more than likely. And Lion got very unlucky to get taken down by the Lifestealer in that little engagement, because Lion actually got the better of the engagement on it, managed to pop off every single spell on the
You're going to have to look bottom. We're going to have to look bottom. Oh, no. It looks so promising. Horo turned around and then Gallo seemed to say, oh, well, if you're not going to go too, I don't really know. But I just kind of gave up on that. I'm sorry. I was so excited for something to be properly announced. But income behind, Park with an Invis Rune on Tarator, grossly overextended. They're going to go. Here goes the Illusory Orb and the Silence. Everything lands. Dream Coil's landed. The Surge, despite being Dream Coiled. There goes the Earth. What's it called? Earth Spike to try and save it. Tarator, one prod away. Illusory Orb is going to do it. Yes, it is. Why didn't he avoid it? I don't know. He could have surged, but now Kolgan's going to fall as well. There goes the Janada. He doesn't have enough for Shuriken. He doesn't need it. Broodfather takes the kill.
Yeah, I don't think Darkseer just had enough time to be able to dodge. If he tried to go for the dodge, Puck was just going to blink in and silence anyway, and then he was just a dead man, so he may as well thought, well, I may as well just take it on the chin and get back earlier instead of trying to mess about dodging things. My cooldown will be a little bit less. So that's probably what he went for. Arnold Schwarzenegger now has the armlet. They're going to be looking for this tier 1. They're almost certainly going to be taking it. BK actually look like they're coming up to defend. Uncle Fester is here with the ultimate. That's the key one. TP support looked like it was going to be coming in. It is coming in from Tarator. They want to push this one back. Looks like we might have something big starting at top, even though Uncle Fester has decided to go back into mid. Nope, he's coming top as well. 5v5 at top. Almost. Horo just hanging around at bottom, just free farming a little bit on Disruptor. Very strange, but let him do what he wants to do.
Oh, well, you know, Disruptor is one of the best carries in the game. But no, we're not going to question the Fellowship. They're doing pretty well. They're a very good team. They're currently winning this anyway, with Lifestealer being the most fun. But in comes the oh, no, not quite. Arnold Schwarzenegger got very, very good to be able to deny that, or very, very lucky, depending on which way you look at it. Rage popped, completely avoids the Spirit Lance. Now they have True Sight and Fractal and any heroes that come immediately within about 50 radius of him. Broodfather sticking around, wanting to do something, but all 5 of them are here if they want to do anything. The longest port of anyone's life, seemingly of no one. I can't tell exactly what it was, but everyone's around. There goes the Infest from Lifestealer. Another pause, really? On Lifestealer, another port into... oh god. Another Infest into Puck, so he's going to be able to do Puck's going to be able to do everything. She's going to be able to Dream Coil, and with everybody as bunched up as they are, it could go very, very well for them. And
Yeah, especially if BK can get in. BK doesn't have Blink. He actually has money for Blink, almost, if he wants to buy it. Pretty much straight after this engagement, he will be purchasing it, and they can go for the dive. They have enough. They have Darkseer with 1 level in wall. They have Uncle Fester with that big, big ultimate if he wants to use it. Jakiro has Mako Pyre up, only just level 6. Lion still has Finger of Death. He's also level 6. Fractal level 10 has Relic, looking for Radiance now. They're actually just going to try and push out this mid, take this tier 1, and I'd be very surprised if the Fellowship are going to be defending against this, because I don't think they can. And another pause comes out from the Fellowship.
Yeah, it's just a little bit maddening. But DelotA actually in mid trying to do something a little bit kind of in vain, because he can't do that much. I thought he was porting top, but he clearly okay. That's quite nice.
Yeah, and this tier 1 is definitely going to be falling, almost certainly. They only have Horror there. They can't really engage. Brew has ult. They can only engage if Horror can get a very, very disgustingly good static storm. And I think Panda getting a little bit annoyed at the amount of pauses, as he just throws out a little sly remark when they ask if they can go again. He just says, "Oh no, we'll wait a little bit more. It's fine."
Well, it is a little bit ridiculous. You don't expect this, but I guess they're having a lot of trouble. They're just very unfortunate. We do understand. But in comes everything. The blink from Uncle Fester using his big stun. And there goes the ultimate. And the disrupted ulti hasn't done anything. It's just misplaced. Double kill from Schwarzenegger. He's obviously doing something right, but Brewmaster's ultimate is still around. He's got all of them up. Galuf is invisible. Is he going to be able to do anything with it? Puck tries to use the illusory orb to take it down. Puck manages to survive after the stun. Nice phase shift to avoid it. Schwarzenegger senses blood, wants to go for Uncle Fester. He's not going to be able to, but Tarator is in the danger zone. Nope, surge away, and everything is now sorted. Nice trade, actually.
Well, a 3
Nicely
for
done
1.
with the Fellowship.
Yeah, very nice play by the Fellowship. They managed to turn that around very nicely with the big Disruptor ult and the Puck ult on top of it. Really did burst down the supports, plus the Phantom Lancer, because he got caught out, and just what they needed to do. They needed that big engagement. They needed to get Arnold Schwarzenegger ahead. That's actually going to give them a lot of confidence, because they've killed Phantom Lancer at this early stage, and they're going to feel like, well, we can kill Phantom Lancer now. We don't need to worry about him. As long as we can get that combo off, we'll be absolutely fine. And filling themselves with confidence is a pretty good, pretty big deal actually at this early stage, because it does allow them to feel like they can farm more and find more channels and avenues of farm than they would if they were much, much more defensive.
Well, it's the exact combo we were talking about, and it's so effective. Lifestealer picked up a Maelstrom, so he is going to be able to handle the Phantom Lancer and his illusions even better than before. Here goes the Puck, initiation, everything pops. There goes the Infest. Nyx Assassin manages to kill off the Jakiro by coming in on the sidelines. Galuf still around, going to try and kill Uncle Fester. Doesn't manage it. The Thunderstrike, is it going to catch it? Yes, it does. Disruptor gets the other kill.
But a triple kill
And
goes to yeah, triple kill goes to Uncle Fester before he dies. 3 for 2 trade in favour of BK. Kind of, yeah, better than their last engagement, you have to say. The Puck ult and the Disruptor ult not being up did help them an awful lot that time. And they managed to get a few nice kills, even though the Brew didn't have his ult up. Massive, massive thunderclap and right-click damage coming out from him. And the Puck initiation with the Lifestealer just didn't do enough to kill him off early, but they needed to kill him off early.
Absolutely. Darkseer now has a mechanism, so he's going to be able to use that very effectively. And Disruptor trying to build one up. We're seeing very much mirrored kind of items. If we look at Phantom Lancer, as he is going to definitely depend on it. He's now got his Sacred Relic, and I think, is it 1,250 or 1,350? Either way, he now has enough for his Radiance in full. So just waiting for him to get that. Still, I do believe he should have picked up a Diffusal Blade. That would go a lot more in his favour. But no, he decides he's going to go with the Radiance, and that's fair enough. BK can do whatever they want to do, and it's probably still going to be useful. But with Brewmaster, definitely better for the Diffusal Blade.
Yep, and the Fellowship will be taking this mid-tower. Panda tries to save it. Very foolish getting in there at this stage with 5 of them at the tower. With the amount of initiation that they had, he threw down the Ice Path. Arnold Schwarzenegger saw it coming, popped up the rage, and managed to get an easy kill. Maelstrom brought up on him with the armlet to give him amazing attack speed. He hides inside Puck again. They want to go with a Puck bomb. In it goes, trying to catch up Fractal. Are they going to be able to get him? Primal Split being used right off the bat. They actually managed to take out Tarator, but Fractal's burn damage, taking out the Disruptor. The double kill goes to Triple Uncle Fester. He actually gets a triple kill once again. Now trying to turn it around. Wants to try on and take out the Lifestealer, but he's not going to be able to get it. I mean, he has Rage up by the time this is over. He wants to try and turn it around and take out Kulgan. He's not going to be able to. There's the Surge. Arnold Schwarzenegger going for it. He doesn't get the kill on Tarator. Uncle Fester manages to do enough damage. Jakiro picks off the last hit. And disastrous fight for the Fellowship. Just what BK needed, though.
Well, you know, it's a little bit shocking, but fortunately for the Fellowship, there isn't one fight to rule them all, and that was such a sickening pun. I'll never do it again, I promise. It was worse coming out of my mouth than I ever imagined. But all of them trying to go for this tier 1 mid again. If this is the last tier 1 mid they have. Actually, now, got the confidence of Ogan constantly kind of going in, being a little bit suicidal. The Fellowship only have their tier 1 mid left. BK only have their tier 1 bot, so they're very much even map dominance. They're doing quite a nice job, and I'll be interested to see how they manage it. Of course, BK want to get an edge, but currently, if we look at net worth, we've got Lifestealer about 1.5k ahead of, sorry, it's about 2k ahead of the Phantom Lancer, and I've lost the ability to speak. But now he's got his Maelstrom. He probably will be going for a Skull Basher. He could potentially upgrade it to a Mjolnir because it would work nicely with his Feast. It would allow him to proc more and mean that Phantom Lancer gets an awful hit. Mjolnir does work very nicely against his illusions, but you know, it still could be amazing for him to just pick up a Skull Basher, find the real one with Maelstrom's procs, and then just take that, use it to his best ability, and just stun lock to create all crazy hell the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, definitely. If we have a quick look at the XP graph, we can see that it's pretty much exactly even, about 800 XP in favor of BK. 800 and gold, about the same story. 1k in favor of the Fellowship, but getting very slightly back in favor of BK. So this is an extremely even game. Both teams are very close, but Broodfather want to go for it. Double invis heroes. Lifestealer isn't infested in either of them actually, but they might catch out Fractal if they want to go for it. If they have the track, there is the track. Fractal looks like he's going to be falling. They do manage to pick him off. The puck comes around the back as well, but look at the Darkseer wall with Uncle Fester manages to pick all three of them off.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. They just initiation out of everywhere. The Darkseer wall being so effective along as Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester is having a whale of a time. He's building his Aghanim Scepter, and he hasn't got that far to go. Already 500 more gold away. He's going to get that easily, and then it's, I think, a 26-second ultimate, and that is huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous amount of time for him to be in that the other form. So I definitely expect he'll be picking up this. If he can get the last hit on this tower, he's finished his Scepter, and that's probably why they're leaving it for him. Is he going to get it? Yes, he does. Scepter finished off Brewmaster. Very, very important item, and that's going to be absolutely huge in this mid game, especially against a Lifestealer who's just not quite there on farm yet.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is their advantage. As long as they have Brewmaster, Brewmaster actually doing a little bit better than Phantom Lancer. Brewmaster will be their shining knight in shining armor against the Lifestealer. It's absolutely huge, absolutely huge.
Yeah, it is. Fractal still just continuing to farm on 1.2k after picking up his Radiance. Looking back in mid, we see the puck bomb set up again. He actually has haste. Galuf is there as well with Broodfather. Maybe they want to try and turn this around. They do have haste. They blink in and they immediately pick off Kulgan. Tarator has to be very careful. He surges himself out. Puck goes into the middle though. Pops the ulti. Uncle Fester's there. Can Uncle Fester get off the ult before he dies? He's silenced. He's in the big disruptor ult, but he manages to walk out and get it off. He's going to be starting to pick off Broodfather. He's going to get him. Round the back, Arnold Schwarzenegger versus Tarator and Fractal. He dies. Fractal gets a triple kill. This is the power of Phantom Lancer in team fights. He didn't have nearly as much farm as the other heroes, and he absolutely dominated it just by right-clicking. The illusions doing so much damage.
And now he is going to be a huge threat. That triple kill was about the worst thing that could happen for the Fellowship, because now Fractal is just going to use it. Farm like crazy. He's got 3k. What is he going to build? You probably expect something like either a Heart of Tarrasque Rust straight away, or more likely a Manta style.
Yeah, I assume he's going to be going for Heart of Trask. He's got 3.2k saved up. He's going to be getting a little bit more and then picking up his Reaver. So he can afford his Reaver now and expect him to run straight to the secret shop. Here he goes. Is he on his way there to pick up the Reaver to start building his heart? It looks like he is. Galuf in the jungle gets spotted out. Uncle Fester doesn't quite have his ulti back up yet. But the cooldown is now only 120 seconds now that he has a scepter. So it lasts for 26 and it's a 120-second cooldown. That's less than 2 minutes. That is pretty much every single team fight that they're going to be engaging in.
Absolutely, and that means another life for Brewmaster. As practically 3 extremely effective heroes, he makes so much of a difference. He can dive and he can do anything. Brewmaster can use his ultimate to be the most effective in the game. Stuns. He stuns about every 1/4 of the sorry, 1/4 of the time. It's ridiculous, and he has that ability, so he's just going to be able to keep a lockdown on anyone who doesn't have a BKB or a Lifestealer who has Rage down, meaning that he's going to take a huge advantage.
Rotation goes in, tries to find Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're not going to be able to get him because he raged up. But Uncle Fester and Tarator are still in smoke. They're going to be trying to go around the back. Fractal actually just initiates straight into the middle. In goes Puck. Uncle Fester blinks in. They manage to pick off the Puck very, very quick. It's Fractal that actually does it. Now they turn on to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Up goes Darkseer. Wall actually completely misses. Very nice Disruptor ulti. Catches a few of them, including Fractal. But Arnold Schwarzenegger gets dropped so fast by the Darkseer with the illusions. Uncle Fester with the haste room trying to take out Horror. Doesn't actually manage to get him. Very nice glimpse, takes him back, but another triple kill goes to Fractal. Now 1.5k gold, nearly finished his Heart of Tarrasque. He is farming exceptionally well, and as you can see, his net worth is now above the Lifestealers, and only 5 minutes ago he was about 4k behind.
Well, this is the thing, he's just so quick to get the farm, and it's not down to farm, it's down to feeding. He just got a triple kill because he managed to get the last hit on each kill. Uncle Fester is doing a lot of the hard work, but now Phantom Lancer is taking so much. Once he gets this Heart of Tarrasque, his illusions become so tanky that they're pretty much impossible to tell. It's so difficult, and Phantom Lancer can escape on such little health that he can just come right back into a fight. He can use his illusions to continually spawn them. After this, if he picks up a Manta style, he's going to have access to instant illusion army, because once you have 2 illusions, you can instantly make about 11 more quite quickly.
Yeah, very easily, and he's just farming the Ancients on his own. Uses Juxtapose, maybe to confuse them a little bit, and he's going to start making more illusions to take them out as quickly as possible. But he has Heart of Tarrasque now if he wants it. Broodfather's actually there. If he gets the track off, this is an easy kill. There's the track. Is he going to be going for Fractal? No, he backs off because of the double damage. They don't go for him. In goes Puck. Does she have enough? The Nyx bomb completely misses, but they do have enough for Fractal. They do kill him at the perfect time, and now they want Roshan. They know they're safe for it.
Or are they safe for it? Uncle Fester actually low on health, no bolter charges, so he can't get it up. But he has his ultimate, and this is a big deal. If he can get in there, if he can blink, and if he can use his thunderclap, he goes in. He does everything he can. Although it gets turned around, Nixus gets a kill on Brewmaster. There goes the disruption. There goes BK trying to put down the Darkseer putting down the ultimate. Colgan's gonna fall. Is Tarator going to get away? It doesn't look like he is. Nyx Assassin Illusion following him constantly. What is going on? Nyx Assassin Illusion helping him. Puck is going to get away easily. Nyx Assassin's been caught. No, he hasn't. Completely safe kinetic field, allowing them to all get away. And Tarator trying to follow them up, but not good at all. Excuse me for BK.
No, BK didn't need that. Uncle Fester blinked in, used the thunderclap, and he waited too long before popping the ult. He wanted to try and find the latest time he could do it. And by the time he went to use it, Disruptor popped the ulti over his head, and he got burst down so quickly. He got absolutely destroyed. The important thing about that fight was, of course, killing the Phantom Lancer before it even started. Because if they had Phantom Lancer as well as Uncle Fester, that would have been a very easy fight for BK to win. And Heart is now up on Fractal.
Well, now the heart's up, it's going to be a much different story, but that was perfect timing. That was exactly what they needed. It allowed them to win the fight, and realistically, it was 3-0. It's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, just what they needed at this stage. Although, are they going to be going for another Nyx bomb? He has Infest. Puck is hanging around. The pings come out in the middle of the jungle. They know where they want to go. Is Nyx going to infest in Puck? Puck's hanging around, getting closer and closer to him. It doesn't look like he actually wants to. He's just going to keep farming into the trees. But around the back, Broodfather spots out Fractal. Is the track going to come? No, it isn't. Broodfather looks like he could get caught down. There's the big ult from the Brew. And Fractal running around. He's silent still. He finally gets off his W, juxtapose, but he's been dusted. And Arnold Schwarzenegger plus Nyx take him down. Now they want Brewmaster and Panda underneath the tower. Are they going to be able to dive for him? The TP support looked like it was coming in, but they cancelled it. And the Scepter working very, very nicely for Brewmaster, because that is lasting an awful long time. It's still there. He finally comes back into a normal form. They're not going to be diving him now. They deny the tower. And maybe they are going to dive him actually, because Broodfather's waiting in the wings. And Panda looks like he could get caught out if they want to go for the dive. There's the glimpse and the kinetic field. And Panda gets dropped by Lifestealer. And BK just getting destroyed in these fights. There's a lack of communication and coordination, I think. Just everybody initiating at the wrong time. And Phantom Lancer getting absolutely destroyed.
Well, it worked absolutely perfectly, and now they're all going to be able to get away, of course, and there's nothing really that BK can do about it. The Phantom Lancer has had a pretty horrible time. He's died 5 times. He's got his heart at rest now, but it's taken him a long time. He needs to get a Manta Staff as well, so that he can really do something, or a Butterfly to try and avoid it. But if that's the case, then it's only a Monkey King Bar away. Lifestealer has the Skull Basher and has Mjolnir, so he is doing fantastically well. A really great way to try his hardest to counter Phantom Lancer. They're picking up Roshan. Lifestealer's got that as well, and it's looking good for the Fellowship. It's close, very close. Let's look at the experience graph and see how close. Pretty much at 0 now for experience, and a gold only 1,000 in favour of the Fellowship. So such a close game.
Yeah, neither team really stepping it up over the other one, but you have to say Fractal is still doing okay, but look at the net worth now of Lifestealer, jumping back over him by 2k again. It's just, they just keep going back and forth on who has the highest net worth in the game. And I think one more big team fight could quite easily decide this, whichever way it goes, because it will let them push into the racks. And massive smoke gank from BK. Uncle Fester has his ulti up again. We have a lot of ults actually. We do have Tarators, and they're going to find them out in the trees. Are they going to engage on them? No, they're not. They're going to keep rotating. They're not going to find anyone out there. Fractal goes back to farming. Smoke gank completely misses, and I don't think they're going to be too concerned about the smoke gank missing, because it lets them farm up a little bit more. And Broodfather's getting a little bit aggressive if they have a gem on them, which they don't actually.
They do. They do. Phantom Lancer.
Phantom Lancer has a gem.
Phantom Lancer has one. Absolutely. So Nyx Assassin, if he wants to get too close, and Bounty Hunter are going to get caught out, and that's something they're going to have to be very careful about. Nyx Assassin has his Necronomicon. He's going to be extremely useful. If he levels that up again, Phantom Lancer, with his own illusions, will be able to kind of take it. And so Necronomicon not that effective in that way against him. But they can still do everything. Smoke, they haven't checked PL's inventory. They don't know. This is going to go horribly wrong, surely. No, they don't use it. They do not use it. Ogun is still smoked up, as is Horror. But are they going to go for this?
I don't think they are. They're just going to wait for BK to push a little bit past, and then I think Ogre's going to try and initiate with the Nyx bomb. There it goes. He catches everybody. Fractal gets silenced right in the middle. Uncle Fester, not silenced, manages to pop off the ulti, although Fractal does die and drops the gem. Very nice engagement. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger killing off pretty much all the bears immediately. A 4-for-0. Now they want the last one, the Earth Spirit. It's going to be transforming back very, very soon. There was the Skull Basher, actually. Can they get him before he transforms back? Yes, they can, and they get the kill on the Brewmaster as well. 5-for-0. The Puck Nyx bomb worked absolutely fantastically. Completely destroyed them with the Puck ulti. And now they can look to take this tower, and it's a very, very easy one. Arnold Schwarzenegger is so confident, he wants to go for the back door.
Well, he can if he wants to, but it's so impressive. I mean, Fellowship are really taking this game Now let's look at gold, and we can see it as 6,000 in favor. So they really are taking it now. They're going for it. Schwarzenegger has so much for him going for him. He's got 3.4k in the bank. He easily has his buyback. Brewmaster and Phantom Lancer, in fact, all of BK, but Albay, besides Jakiro, don't have buyback, while Bounty Hunter and Puck and Lifesteal are the key players in the Fellowship do. So if they want to go for a crazy amount of push, they easily can, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're pushing BK back to their base. They've taken back the towers, they've evened it out. Now they want to give themselves a small advantage, and I reckon they'll be able to manage it. But Brewmaster does not have his ultimate. How long until he has it? Only 20 seconds. It's not a long amount of time at all. Lion has his, but let's not forget, Lifestealer has a huge advantage in that he can completely avoid it with the Rage. They've actually tracked the illusion because it has so much health. They were a little bit confused for a second, but I think they pretty quickly worked it out that wasn't the real him. And now BK just defending.
Next, bomb setup once again on the Puck, and if they want to go in goes Uncle Fester, pops the ultimate straight away, tries to take out Horo. Horo completely fluffs his ulti. The Brewmaster just walks straight through the kinetic field. They take out Arnold Schwarzenegger as well. He has got the Aegis still, remember. Broodfather hanging around. Do they have a gem? I don't think they do. They pop a dust. Arnold Schwarzenegger is certainly going to be falling, but not before he takes out one. Not before he tries to go on Colgan. Not before he takes out two. They actually managed to get two of them before the kills, but another triple kill goes to Fractal. Just what they needed, and they get a 4 for 2. Galuf is almost certainly going to be getting away, but now they can look to push out the lanes. If we check Fractal, he's now got another 2.2k again to spend on whatever he wants.
Yeah, and that 2.2k is going to become hugely in handy. He has buyback now if he wants to save. If he wants to go for a Manta, he can pick up the Yasha, and the Yasha will be extremely useful for him because he is slow. 345 move speed is not a lot at all. But Uncle Fester, they're pushing back. They probably will want to take a Rax, and with 46 seconds left on Lifestealer, they can. They really, really can. Phantom Lancer's illusions, if you can build enough of them quickly enough, they're going to be a huge, huge deal. I mean, they can't spawn on the tower, but here comes a big creep wave. If they want to use it, no, Brewmaster doesn't even let him. He's only got two. They're going on Galuf. Are they going to be able to do anything here? Here goes Puck. No Lifestealer yet. Puck tries to use the silence. He catches Uncle Fester, but the kinetic field and the ultimate goes up. Are they going to catch Uncle Fester? Is this going to work? They're trying. Territor's low on health. Oh, Gan might fall from this. There goes the glimpse on Uncle Fester again, but it's not going to be enough. He doesn't have his ultimate. Phantom Lancer's illusion is causing havoc. The Radiant's really working. They took the tower. Bounty Hunter pops his BKB. Tries to help out, but the illusions are spawning themselves so quickly he can't stop them. They are too tanky.
Yeah,
and
they
finally clear them.
Finally get it with all the burst damage coming out from Puck, and Fractal has the ultimate orb straight away, bought that up for more survivability, and has now bought up the Blade of Alacrity, is looking to finish that Manta style as quickly as possible, but very, very important buy on the other side. Bounty Hunter has Orchid. So Bounty Hunter finally has that Orchid up, just what he needed to do as soon as possible to shut down Brewmaster. And I'd be very surprised if Brewmaster can pop another ult safely in this game with an Abyssal Blade and an Orchid on top. He is going to have to be on top form to be able to get that ult off. 4 minutes till Rosham.
Well, he's going to be in an extremely bad situation, but Fractal is farmed to heck. He's getting his Manta style now. He is only 600 gold off of it. That's not a lot. A couple of crate farms, a couple of crate camps, 3 at the most, and he's got it. I mean, once he has that, it's over. The Ancients are around. If he wants that extra 200 gold, sorry, 200 gold? Yeah, about 200 gold. He can easily take it. He can very, very quickly get the money that he needs, and once he has that, it's going to be so difficult for the Fellowship to do anything. You saw how much trouble they had without Lifestealer to deal with the illusions. It's too much. If Lifestealer drops again, Phantom Lancer survives, it could be very much the end of at least 2 sets of racks.
Yeah, just because of how fast Phantom Lancer can actually push. He has a Band of Elven skin in his stash, just waiting to try and finish up that Yasha, but the ultimate orb, very important, gives him a good boost of strength, a good boost of agility, and that int isn't too shabby either, letting him spam a few more Spirit Lances and letting him push the lane a little bit more.
You'll have to forgive me. I did not notice he hadn't finished the Yasha either. So he does actually still have about 700 gold to go now that he's finished that Yasha. But of course, this creep wave is going to be picking up pretty much every last hit, as well as spawning a little army. Haven't seen a lot of micro from PL yet. Maybe we're going to see some control and attack, control and A-left clicking at least, so that he can use his illusions to push like crazy and still get money, and just build the illusion army without any effort.
Oh no.
But it looks like he's doing it now. But Galoof, he's getting caught out. Broodfather and Galoof are around. He has no vision. Here it goes. There goes the track. Galoof uses the Impale. Are they going to be able to get him? He's brought down to such low health so far. He turns it down on Galoof. He gets Spike Carapace. This is it. And Galoof takes the kill. They've shut down Phantom Lancer. Does he have buyback? No. No, he doesn't.
The Orchid.
The Orchid did it.
Yeah, so
Absolute.
we were talking about how important that Orchid is, that finally Bounty Hunter had managed to pick one up, or Puck, and Bounty Hunter was the one to go for it, and that got the kill because it just stopped him from doppelwalking for so long. It's a 5-second silence, which is just an unbelievable amount of time, really. Now he wants Tarator. He's not going to be able to pick him up even with an Orchid. Very, very unlikely. Next bomb is set up again. We do not have buyback on the Phantom Lancer. They want to just go for it. They go straight up. They want to kill Uncle Fester as soon as possible. There's a Disruptor ult. He is going to drop. It looks like they're going to be trying to take a Rax. Up goes Tarator, putting up the big wall. Puck taking a lot of damage, having to try and get out. But look at Arnold Schwarzenegger doing a lot of damage to Tarator. Takes him down. Disruptor gets the last hit. He immediately buys back, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They try and take out Broodfather. Not enough off the Lion. Arnold Schwarzenegger going for the dive. There's the Rage. Nice surge from Tarator to get Lion away from it. But 5 of Fellowship still up. They want to keep going. They want to try and get even more kills. They're going to pick up Tarator as well. Probably, unless, no, he's just got enough move speed. Dodges the kinetic field. No, he doesn't, because the glimpse takes him back. They're going to take out Tarator. Tarator falls. Now, Kulgan, right in the middle of nowhere. Arnold Schwarzenegger tries him. Fractal is finally back. But look at the damage from Arnold Schwarzenegger. Fractal cannot get near him. The Mjolnir working perfectly against the illusions. Just killing them as soon as they start attacking him. The Rax may not fall. Fractal got back just in time, I think. Kulgan gets dropped. Back comes Panda. Arnold Schwarzenegger taking a lot of damage. Fractal still in there, but all of the Fellowship now back off after an incredibly successful fight for them.
Yeah, that could not be better. They took down almost the entire team besides Fractal, and another pause. My gosh.
This is okay though. It's been about 20 minutes since the last one. I'm fine with this.
That's very, very true. They did manage to do so much, and now the melee barracks, it's just going to be able to maybe heal up if they can turtle for long enough. But well done to the Fellowship. They completely turned it around. We're seeing both teams charge for racks in what is still such a close game. Let's look again at the gold graph. Is it so close? I can't say that for certain. It seemed a bit lucky that BK managed to push so hard before, because it's at 14k in favour of the Fellowship, especially after that last fight, and 22,000 experience, sorry, about 24,000 experience in favour of the Fellowship. How BK are fighting this, I do not know. That's well past the game-changing 10k for each, but they're managing, they are turtling, and they have the potential to still win. And that's insane.
Well, it's pretty much Phantom Lancer, isn't it? They're so far behind, but Phantom Lancer just still gives them an out regardless. He has Yasha. He's nearly got his Manta style. He's only looking for about 100 gold to finish that off now. And as soon as he has that, the fights are going to go a lot better for him, because if he gets silenced, he can purge it straight away. Just pop it off with the Manta style. And I do expect the Manta style could be a game-changing item. If BK are going to win, they need to do it on the back of getting the Manta, and it's now been picked up.
Yeah, and now that's there, it's just going to be so useful. And actually also a Hyperstone, it looks like that must be for Brewmaster. Brewmaster may be building an Assault Cuirass now, it seems logical, or maybe it's for Darkseer to do something with him. I probably should have checked who it actually belongs to. It belongs to Uncle Fester, so yeah, Lifestealer's also going to be picking up a Hyperstone, going for an Assault Cuirass as soon as possible.
Yeah, both teams going for the Assault Cuirass.
No, sorry, it won't be Lifestealer. It will be Brewmaster. Brewmaster will be going for an Assault Cuirass. Sorry for the minor confusion there.
Yeah, Brewmaster picking one up. That's very, very good with Fractal, obviously, because of all of his illusions, getting that extra attack speed. Just absolutely insane. And they are going to be going for a smoke gank. They want to try and catch someone out of over near the Roche pit. They think they might be at Roche because they haven't seen them in a while. The only one they can see is Broodfather at top. Here they go into the Roche pit. They're actually going to spot out Galuf. They know he's there because they've all come out of smoke. But they do not pop any dust. They don't pop anything. I don't even actually think they had any dust or any sort of invis detection, so they had no idea he was there, even though he popped the smoke off of them. If they have dust, that was a very, very easy kill. You have to feel a little bit slack play, seeing that they're coming up against Bounty and Nyx Assassin.
And now they've just alerted the Fellowship and reminded them, hey, we have Roshan up. And considering that they're not taking it, it looks like it's going to be going to the Fellowship. Are BK going to do anything about this? Baikazoo don't even seem to have any idea. Fractal building up an illusion army. You can't blame him for doing so. He's just going to try and push with them now. Roshan is easily going to fall and going to easily pick it up. Lifestealer gets the Aegis. Lifestealer is going to be very, very hard to kill once more. He's got 3.4k of health. Undoubtedly a tank. Lifestealer, Phantom Lancer only have 2.7k, but he has all of those illusions and a heart. You'd expect something similar from Lifestealer, but oh, Lifestealer also does have a heart. Sorry, I should have probably thought of that. But so much from the Lifestealer. You expect the Fellowship to win this, but with a Phantom Lancer around, it's still any man's guess. You only have to give the slight advantage to the Fellowship against this unbelievably powerful PL.
Yeah, definitely. If they can snipe off a few kills before a battle starts as well with Uncle Fester and PL, then they're going to look a lot better for pushing Arax, and they quite easily can because the illusions can really push it on their own. And I think Fractal is in that sort of position now that he has his Manta, where he needs to start trying to duke out Disruptor ultis, trying to get the Disruptor to pop the ult and waste it. That's the important thing, because that's the only thing that's killing him at this stage. Galuf, hiding around, has a level 3 Necro book, so can spot Fractal if he goes invisible. Fractal just farming up with his Manta style illusions, which makes a lot of sense. But a lot of push looks like it's coming onto this top tower. Puck with the Lifestealer inside, looking for that next bomb, has a sheep stick as well, so if she wants to dive in, she can quite easily kill Fractal before he does anything with the next bomb. And yeah, it just looks so much better for Fellowship, especially item-wise. You can really tell that they're dominating just because they have so many more items.
Top tower is under attack.
Well, absolutely, and Lifestealer is a whole 5k ahead in net worth, but Bounty Hunter isn't ahead. Phantom Lancer is almost at 20k, and that is a huge amount for a PL. It's still always very close to beating a Lifestealer with all this farm. I mean, Bounty Hunter has that Orchid. It's the key item for getting rid of Phantom Lancer, because Silence, there's not a lot he can do. I'm not even sure if he can make illusions while he's Silence, can he?
I think he can, but he definitely can't doppelwalk, and if they track him, then it's not going to make a difference anyway.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the advantage that they have. Bounty Hunter being a great way to try and deal with it, and with an Orchid Malevolence is so useful, but both teams just kind of farming, waiting. Broodfather wishing to get a kill, looking for the jungle. He's going to find Uncle Fester. Is he going to be able to do anything against him? He's got the silence. He's going for it. No, he just uses a track and gets back.
I find it... actually, I didn't know this, but Broodfather just attacked out of Invis with Janada Strike, missed the Brewmaster because of his natural miss chance, and not only did it not take off the Janada Strike, it didn't take him out of invisibility either, so that's very, very, very strange, but...
Well, he came out of invisibility for me. He just popped it straight back on.
Oh, that was because of track. But in goes the Nyx bomb.
Okay.
They're going to be diving straight into the middle. Arnold Schwarzenegger does have the open wounds. He picks off one. He picks off Tarator. Brewfather actually gets the kill on him. And now they're just roaming around. Look at Fractal trying to do something around the back. There's a disruptor. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger taking a lot of damage. There's the mech. Fractal looks like he might get dropped though. There's the silence. He does get dropped. Brewmaster's the only one alive with Panda. He immediately buys back. Does Fractal? He does not want to lose this Rax, but he's almost certainly going to lose it. Look at the amount of damage that's being done to the Brewmaster. Bears in that form. Fractal actually tracked up again. Down go the Rax. Now they want to try it. Actually, they're carrying on. They don't want to back off. Arnold Schwarzenegger's damage is completely insane. It is destroying Fractal, but Fractal now manages to get a few illusions made, manages to kill him, wastes the Aegis. He's coming back. He's going to be immediately jumping back on him, surely, when he gets back. No, he doesn't. He doesn't feel safe. 1v1 versus Arnold Schwarzenegger at this stage.
Well, I'm going to say that Arnold Schwarzenegger definitely didn't waste his Aegis, but he's going on Fractal again. There's been the sight. Is he silenced? Yes. Instant death. So much nuke. Schwarzenegger is doing so much damage. Is there anything that they can do against it? The illusions are still running rampant, but they're not making enough. They're too low health. Ice Path from Jakiro is all that they can do. Schwarzenegger is going to take the base, and you have to feel that ByKaZ may not be able to come back from this one. If they take one more set of racks, it is going to be extremely difficult for ByKaZ to come back at all. But actually, they're taking their time about it.
Well, yeah, they still have both tier 2s left on the other lanes, so there's absolutely no way that the Fellowship can push in for another racks right now, because they haven't taken all the outer towers. So the Fellowship need to start all over again at a tier 2, but they have 40 seconds until Phantom Lancer is back. That's what they're relying on. If they can actually get up there before Phantom Lancer is back, they could quite easily take another fight, even though Brewmaster has his ulti. It doesn't mean anything to Arnold Schwarzenegger absolutely wrecking them pretty much in every single fight. And the glimpse being used on Jakiro, very slightly out of position. They pick off Panda before the fight even starts. Very, very important pickup. The Ice Paths now not being able to be used to affect the team fights. Up goes the wall. They can actually walk around it if they get the positioning right. Up go the Necro Minions. And look at the damage the Necro Minions are doing to this tower. That's an awful lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lifesteal was 6.7k in the bank. Now Brewmaster has almost has enough for his Assault Cuirass. I think there's a recipe for it as well. This is where my knowledge of the Dota 2 shop game isn't good enough to really help me out here. But he's very, very close to it, and once he has that, it will be a huge helping hand to Fractal. Is Lifesteal going to use the stuff in the courier to finish his Assault Cuirass? He has a Hyperstone in there. Actually, there's a Reaver in there.
Yeah,
there is a Reaver in there. What?
It was the Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter had the Hyperstone, so Bounty Hunter looks like he might be going for Assault Cuirass. He actually finished his Assault Cuirass. That's exceptionally quick farm, actually. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that whatsoever. Arnold Schwarzenegger, though, building up a Satanic. He can pretty much... Actually, he's already bought it up almost entirely.
Well, he had the money for it straight off the bat.
Yeah, and he's just going to go and pretty much finish it off now. He's only looking for a Helm of the Dominator, and that doesn't cost very much money at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, does the lifesteal does not stack with his feast as far as I'm aware, so it's just going to be the Satanic Spell. A lot of money to spend on a chance of just kind of building your health back up, but of course with Rage it will work so beautifully. He easily has enough to finish off the Satanic now. You expect him to pick it up, but he's saving for buyback as well. He's being very intelligent in how he's playing. He's not going to risk ruining anything for his team, but with the Armlet on, without even the Satanic in his bag, he has 4.4k health. Have you ever seen a carry with so much?
That's pretty insane amounts of HP, and we compare that to Phantom Lancer, who's on 2.8. Arnold Schwarzenegger just wins every fight, especially with Mjolnir. That Mjolnir is kind of the item that's kind of done it for Arnold Schwarzenegger this game. Being able to pop the charge on himself instantly burns away the illusions pretty much from Phantom Lancer, especially early game. And now the Phantom Lancer's illusions are strong enough, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is just too far ahead now. And there's almost no way for him to get back. The next bomb with Puck just instantly kills Phantom Lancer, and there's nothing you can do about it, especially with Abyssal Blade backup coming over the top. But about that Satanic, I was just going to say that it pretty much gives him two lots of open wounds, which is a ridiculous amount of lifesteal for a ridiculous amount of time. So it is going to be almost impossible to kill him. If it wasn't almost impossible to kill him anyway, now it's going to be pretty much guaranteed that if they get into a 5v5, Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be able to outcarry PL.
Well, with that Satanic, it means that they actually have about 8.5k of health to deal with, which is a huge amount. And let's not forget, he can turn the armlet on, and armlet toggle like crazy as well. And with the harder to ask, he can leave armlet on all the time, exactly as he's doing. The Satanic is finally being delivered to him. He has buyback as well. He's just so far ahead. There is nothing that Phantom Lancer can do to stand up to him. Phantom Lancer actually has sentries in his bag. Interesting enough to see. He's finally got his man. He had his man to start a while back, so I'm going to take back that statement. But it's just not far enough. It's not far enough. He's not going to be able to keep up. If you just look at the net worth, he is a whole 10k behind. It is past the game-breaking point. He's not going to catch up. It's just a case of how long can he wait? How long can he leave this? They managed to pick up Broodfather. They're 5-manning it, just walking around. But they're not going to be able to pick off Lifestealer this way, surely.
Well, the problem is they're 5-manning it, but look at the push that the Fellowship have got through the mid down on their base. They've already put this tier 4 on half HP, and while BK are roaming, they need to send back Panda to just quell this push because it is really, really hard. And 4v5, they definitely can't fight them with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They can't fight them 4v4 either. They just need to take the mid racks so soon, or they're just going to get pushed out every time they try any sort of a team fight.
Absolutely, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is always going to win, and with Puck around to help, all the silences, all of the stuns, there's nothing, literally nothing, that Bikazoo can do to win the fight. They're just going to have to pick them off one by one. That's why they're roaming, that's why they're trying, but it's too risky. They're always giving away their position, and it just doesn't pay off.
A lot of illusions are being made by BK, by Fractal, but now they've all just been popped, and he's going to have to rebuild them, but that's not going to be too much of a problem for him, because he has his Manta. He's going to be able to build them up very soon. He doesn't even need the Manta, and he's built up a hell of a lot of illusions just from warm waves, so that is going to be pushing straight up into the base, and then they look like they are going to be rotating, maybe, to try and push another lane, because the illusions are maybe scouting out. That's nice micro, actually, by Fractal. Waste the track, and look at the damage they're doing to that Rax. They could actually probably just do this on their own. Look at them destroy this wave. They can't even kill the illusions at this point. It's taking an awful lot to try and kill the illusions, while Tarator just properly pushes up this top tower to try and get out of the way, although Nyx Assassin is right there on his tail. Nyx wants him dead. Nice play by Nyx Assassin, managing to take him while the surge was on. One more right click will do it. Do they have enough? It looks like Tarator might be able to get away. He has a soul ring if he wants to try. There's the glimpse. They are going to be taking out Tarator. They get the kill. Glimpse range way too big. And Tarator just sacrificing himself. The tower does drop, but it is denied by Bounty Hunter.
Absolutely. It's going to take a little bit of a crazy push and a miracle for Bikazoo to win this, but they are not giving up. They're determined. Absolutely determined. And if they can get the farm, if by some miracle they can get the farm they need, then there is every chance they could still win it. It's hard, it's risky, it's not guaranteed, but it's possible. And that's everything that they are betting on. Fractal was able to build up an army in mere seconds, and that's again entirely what they're relying on.
Oh no. This is risky. They've gone into the Roche pit, and now Phantom Lancer knows because they had the sentry ward up. Although they've left Arnold Schwarzenegger in the pit, they're not going for him. They're going to be picking up Roshan and Cheese. It looks like nothing to stop them. They've left the Cheese on the floor. Who's going to be picking that up? It doesn't look like anyone's picking that up. Broodfather's gone for it. Broodfather drops a TP, picks it up. Now they're going to be going, and they get another Roshan, another Cheese, and this is the time that they need to push. They can absolutely just win the game outright at this stage by going down bottom, but Brewmaster disconnects, and it looks like, there we go, we are having another pause.
And you didn't think there could be any more. But no, we're going to experience a little bit more. But it is ridiculous. The Fellowship can now win the game. What is going on? The game should have been over 10 minutes ago with the amount of farm that Lifestealer has, but they're too hesitant. They are just too hesitant, and there is no point. Literally no point. They've won now. Puck has an Aegis. Bounty Hunter has the Cheese. And they can do whatever they want. Brewmaster's finally back, so there we go. And he's just going to come back in. Lifestealer, make the all the Fellowship, just make the push now. Of course they can't hear us because we've got a heck of a delay set up so that they can't complain, so that nobody can ever complain. The standard that you see in game, but they can't. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They need to push now.
And that's really nice to see, actually, both these teams just saying that they have such good manners and it's a pleasure to play with them, and it really has been a good example of sportsmanship in this game. So many pauses, so much time is taken to get some players back in the game after they've disconnected, but the patience and the just really nice, just really nice manners and doing what they need. Both teams know that they can still win. They don't want to annoy the other players, and they have all night, so why not?
Yeah, absolutely, and it's so good because you do see a lot of other games. You see a lot of people, quoted as being toxic members of their community, but not here at the DelotA tournament. We bring in nice people, and it's a good little thing that makes you smile because, well, they're lovely. There's nothing else I can say. Dealing with them as admins, dealing with them as anything else, they're absolutely lovely.
Yeah, everybody that we've had in this tournament has been an absolute pleasure to deal with, to rearrange their matches with, to pause for, to wait for, and to cast. And hopefully we won't be doing any more of the stuff I said in the middle, but plenty more of what I said at the end. And pretty
Pausing?
much...
casting.
No,
Okay.
casting, don't worry. Not pausing. I don't want any more pauses, and we are going to be going again. Hopefully, the final pause of this game. But, yeah, pretty much all of our streams now will be coming through this channel for a lot of our for a lot of the tournaments that we stream. Well, at least not the ones hosted by anyone else, because we will be using their channel. But for random tournaments that we are streaming, it will be this channel. So keep your eye out on this one. This is the one to watch from now on, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, DelotA Esports, when we weren't a single entity anymore, couldn't be used as much. So if you were following there, please move over to here. Of course, you have to be on here to move it anyway, so it's a very redundant statement to make. But it's nice to say something.
Well, not if people are watching this for our YouTube. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very, very possible.
Although
But this team, why aren't they pushing?
Well, the thing is, the Fellowship have the push now, but the wave was so far back, it's taking them an awful long time to get there. You can see that Broodfather is tanking the wave at the top, and his attack speed is absolutely disgusting now that he's got the Assault Cuirass. He's absolutely destroying this wave. I mean, Orchid plus Assault Cuirass is insane amounts of attack speed, so he just destroyed that wave very, very quickly. Now they go for the big push, and Puck with a little bit of a weird animation in front of her, a little purple glowing thing. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Oh, it's the armlet from Lifestealer. That's really weird. But the next bomb is set up. If they want to go for it, they can. But surely they know it's there because they can see the purple from the Lifestealer's armlet as well. They know where the Lifestealer is.
Well, I don't know if it shows up for people who aren't on the can't see the dire side, but maybe they can. And if they can, Valve, sort your stuff out. I'm sure it'll be sorted out soon. Here comes the push. Fractal can do nothing. In goes to Nate's bomb. Nate's, are you kidding?
Oh, the next bomb got popped, and as it got popped, they had to pause it again because of massive lag. Oh, that's almost the worst timing, but I don't think the Fellowship are going to mind. And the reason is, Puck has already used the next bomb successfully. And the rest of the team can now look and think, okay, what have we got to do? How can we position ourselves? They can get themselves ready to try and get a few kills. Fractal looks like he's going to be able to get away. They don't have a gem or anything to see him, and he should be okay. But they need to rely on Fractal. But 1v1 versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. If Schwarzenegger can figure out who the real one is, very easy kill. Fractal's not going to be able to get away because the amount of lifesteal that he's bringing to the table with Satanic Open Wounds and just Natural Feast, Fractal's just going to be dead in the water.
Well, it's ridiculous to even... We don't even need Fractal to... Sorry, the Fellowship don't even need Fractal to fall. They don't. He's not a threat anymore. No one is a threat to the Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger can just keep on going. And it's he's so fed now. He's going to take down Tarator, surely. Tarator has been open wounds. He's going to fall. Everyone is around. There goes the spike characters from Nyx Assassin, not really doing anything. Lifestealer gets that. Fractal's trying to come in. Broodfather may fall from the Brewmaster ult. And Fractal, he does. Colgan helping as well, and they're actually backing. Do not back, push. You can still manage it, but they just want to avoid the Brewmaster ult for a minute. Bounty Hunter buys back. They can so easily finish this. Schwarzenegger, go for it. My God, the amount of frustration from them not going for it is insane. Ogan very lucky to get out of that kinetic field. Actually, sorry, not because he's on the team in the kinetic field. Fractal gets caught by the kinetic field. Now Schwarzenegger's going to turn it around. He knows which one Fractal is. He kills Colgan first. He's going to try and go for Fractal. Is he going to be able to do it? Has he popped the Satanic? Yes, he has. He's on full health. He tried to open wounds. Fractal still survived. Is Ogun gonna survive? He's at 160 health. Fractal is coming. Surely not. Surely he is going to fall, but it looks like he's escaped quite nicely. All of the Dire are still just around. We see Uncle Fester on such low health. Uncle Fester, I hate you. You can't blame him. He's been so horribly caught out. And now he's going to fall. And he's delaying it. How evil could you be? Completely evil is delaying it. After that, nice little bit of banter.
Every single miss in the world on the Brewmaster right at the end there. And Brewmaster blinked in to kill the Puck. An instant blink out. Instant blink out from Puck as he went for the Q, and I think that might mean that it's all over. I think they might have given up. There's no GGs being called, but Brewmaster's disconnected. He doesn't even need to be in the game right now because he's out for another 60 seconds. Are they going to be able to finish before he's back? Fractal right in the middle of them, gets stunned. Do they know which one he is? They do, and Schwarzenegger absolutely destroys him. He still has everything up. His Satanic is there. Triple kill for Schwarzenegger. They cannot kill Lifestealer. This is the power of Lifestealer in this version. He gets an ultra kill. And down goes the Rax. GG's called by BK. The Fellowship take the win. Very nice play in a very, very delayed game. But it was totally worth it in the end. And very nice play by both.
Absolutely. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how long it's taken, the delay, but Schwarzenegger finally gets it. The most farmed hero ever. You want to look at his gold now, JD? Just laugh at the 10k
10k gold. Saturn is doing absolutely nothing. He's completely maxed out his inventory. He could sell his boots, I suppose, and buy literally whatever he wants, Divine Rapier or something, but very nice play by both teams. Commiserations to BK. We absolutely love BK, and it is a shame to see them drop out of this tournament, but the Fellowship do take the win. Hopefully we'll see BK back in some EU Cups on the weekend for NLGseries.com. But yeah, I've been Just Delicious, and I'm gonna go as soon as possible because I can't bear to be here anymore. It's been too many pauses. It's gone on too long. I need to get out of this game. I'm Just Delicious signing off. This is Vague Raconteur.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure with the game, despite a little bit of pauses in between. But at least we've had a lot of pauses. So I'm Vague Raconteur. Thank you so much for watching. I'm signing out. Goodbye.